Hello, and in today's video we are doing an FPL review of game week number 3. That's right, 3 match weeks into the new Premier League and FPL season, and it's time to update how the FPL Yellow Army's Loyal Legion mini league is looking, but also give my game week 3 review from last week and a small teaser, but not quite a preview for game week 4. That will be coming on Saturday at the deadline, 11 o'clock. Don't forget the deadline this week. So yeah, let's get into it. But before you do, smash a like on it. If you don't already, press that subscribe button. Really helps me out, and I massively appreciate the support recently on the channel. Let's try and get this video to 10 likes. Share it with your friends and like it, and really comment down below what are your thoughts on my game week 3 results. But let's start by looking at my mini league, the FPL Yellow Army's Loyal Legion. You can still look at this each week when I do my review, but I'm afraid that the league entry has now closed. It's 3 weeks of the season. You've had long enough. If you didn't know, the code was 69FEQI, but it's closed for this season. The reason for that is, in this video, I'm going to break down the format. And I talked about my format on my Instagram and Twitter. If you don't already follow me, Roberto_the_pro, and also at RobertoHollis9. But this season in FPL, I'm doing a general mini league, but then I'm dividing it into divisions based on people's rank from last season in FPL. So we'll get into that in a second. But basically, what I'm getting at is there's going to be 3 different divisions. Now, Division 1 is what I call Fantasy Premier League website division. And what I mean by that is it's genuinely what the Fantasy Premier League website shows in terms of the mini leagues. So that's basically, you see is what you get. You can see it right here. Just bear with, people. I just need to get a charger and I'll be back in a sec. I'll be literally 2 ticks. Yeah, a charger is proving quite difficult at the moment, so we will just have to speed through this one. But yeah, as I was saying, we have got ourselves the overall mini league based on just how many points you've scored, as simple as that. So this is what it's looking like. James, Walton, Botman and Ruben is currently top after 3 match weeks. He just got 60 points in match week 3. That Odegaard pick really paying off. Shame to see Almiron and Andreas on the bench for him though. But great start so far for James. And then in second with 204 points, we've got the leader from after 2 match weeks of the season. That was Craig Broom, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, that was the first match week, I should say, actually. After 2 weeks, it was Chris Porter that was leading. So Craig Broom, Jambo's Giants on FPL Twitter, FPL Jambo. Very good start for him as well, 53 points. Henrik is in third with 56. Botman returns Chris Porter in fourth. And then in 5th, Iso Tar. 6th, Thomas Moore. In 7th, Mike Halpin. In 8th, Sumava, Gango Padhai. And in 9th is myself with 196 points. So, very interesting start to the league division. As I say, that is the league in terms of how FPL, sorts it. So that's Division 1 in a way, but I'll get into Division 1 and 2 in a second. But what I mean by divisions here is, as well as obviously just the normal point scoring that you can do, the way I'm doing it this season is Division 1 and Division 2. So ignore the fact I just said that was Division 1. This is just FPL division. But then I have my own Division 1 and Division 2 that I've created. So let me show you the tweet that I sent out to explain this. So basically the way it works is based on last season's finish in FPL, you're separated. So if you finished on an overall rank last season of 7 digits or more, in terms of when I say more, the higher the number, so therefore the lower the finish, then you were put into Division 2. If you got a 6-digit number or less, then you were into Division 1. On one occasion, I had to put someone into Division 1 because what I'm going to say is, as well as those with 7-digit finishes in Division 2, Division 2's also got those that didn't play FPL in 21-22. So it's all about last season, and that was the best way of ranking it and ordering it. So there's one team that I just had to put into Division 1 based on numbers that's now in Division 1, even though it says they've not got a rank from last season. But that's a very odd exception. All the rest of them, they've all got, if you're 7 digits or you didn't play FPL last season, then you are in Division 2. So let's run through the standings, and I have to admit, I've really messed up here, but we'll get to the top 9 in a second. However, here is Division 1. So this is the top finishes from last season, 6 digits or less. In 49th, Adam Clark, as you can see, FPL semi-casual, Rupert, 149 points. He's 48th out of 49. So there's 49 people in Division 1, and there's 52 people in Division 2. So it's good to be in Division 1, but, you know, interesting. We've got Ash, FPL Juice, and that is, of course, Ashley from FPL Juice, 151 points, currently tied with Neil Thompson, but just about ahead, I think, on the fact he scored more points this last game week, if I'm right in thinking. Let me just verify that for you people. So his name is Perry Perisic Sauce. Yeah, so Neil Thompson did score 41 points, but Ash scored 43 points, so just above on my leaderboard. Then we've got Sam Hollis as well. We've got James Clark, Anupam, all these people. Magpie FPL, MPL, FPL Run Farm as well in 37th. FPL Apprentice in 39th. We've also got good friend Sam Play in 32nd, so you're doing well, mate. Also Tom Straw in 31st. FPL Callum 99 as well, very good. Ashley Longthorn 28th. Colm is in 25th. We've got also FPL Juice Nick in 17th, so fair play to you for that, Nick. Jack Emsley, one of my good friends, is in 14th. And also we've got the top 9. So I have to admit, I've had a stinker, and a couple of these names I hadn't realised they were 7 digits. So let me show you the improved top 9 or 10, basically. So sorry, Simon and Ian, I seem to have messed up the top 9 here. So let me show you what it is. So here it is then. I know that this is a bit dodgy because it's part of the video I was going to show you in a second, but let me just zoom in for you people so we can properly see this. So this is Division 1, as it should be. Sorry for getting this wrong, it's just I had a few technical issues, but this is the final top 9 in Division 1. So you've got Ian McDonald, 192, very good. Simon Marjolis, 193. Sidesh in 7th with 193. Adam Wheeler is 194 in 6th. I am in 5th. Mike Halpin is in 4th. And then Chris Porter is 3rd. Jambo is 204 points in 2nd. And Henrik is top on the same points, but just because he scored better in game week 3. So ultimately, you will be a bit confused because you thought, oh, James was top. But I'm afraid James Walton didn't get a 6-digit figure reference. So he's top overall, if you call it that. But in my divisions, the top is Henrik. So those are the top 9 for Division 1. And then let's quickly go to Division 2. We've got, as I say, 52 players in this division. So this is very interesting indeed. We've got Zane in 43rd there. We've also got James Lindsay, a good friend of the channel as well. Tristan Knight, well done. You're in 28th, not bad out of 52, I should say. Then in the top 24 there, we've got Kelly Scott, we've got FPL Nozza, we've got FPL Meg, and James Callenshaw as well. 14th is very strong. And as I say, I've messed up the top 9s, I'm afraid, people. So we've got 13th to 10th is looking okay. But in terms of the top 9 for Division number 2, in 9th, I'm sorry, Derek, but you did score 182. However, that is not quite enough because Mueki came in at 184. And then 8th, Justice. 7th is Dylan. 6th is Bernard. 5th is Ismail. 4th is Sumava. Sorry, I put Sumava in the wrong column. He's in Division 2. Thomas Moore, very good, in 3rd. ISO Tar is in 2nd. And then the overall winner, as it stands on FPL site, but in the top of Division 2, it is James. So 240 points, very, very good stuff. That is a big gap to kind of be matched by ISO and Thomas. So very interesting stuff indeed. Let's see how it develops in the coming weeks. But thank you for looking at that and tuning into that. So that's now explained and out of the way. Let's review Game Week 3 very quickly because I'm aware of the lack of battery right now. So Robert Sanchez then, let's talk about him. He was my goalkeeper. Oh, let's just get rid of that. Sorry about that, people. He was my goalkeeper for Game Week 3 and very, very happy to see him get a very lovely 8 points. Now, I was very happy with that. 8 points against a very decent West Ham United team on their day, and it's just been a great own for me since I've got him in since Gameweek 1. He's been a great goalkeeper, and now everyone is flocking towards him. So it seems like my differential of Sanchez is now becoming not differential, but I'm very happy to have got the points early on from him, and he's doing very well for my team. Just fantastic against West Ham, really, really good. Made a couple of very important saves, it's got to be said, and it ultimately got himself the bonuses as well. So really happy with Robert Sanchez, and to be honest, I'm not going to think about selling him because look at the fixtures, really nice. There's no reason to get rid. And he just looks like a really good goalkeeping option. And those 8 points on Sunday were a massive, massive delight to witness. So thank you, Robert Sanchez. Trent Alexander-Arnold, look, this week was the week of the bigger the back exploding in your face. What can we do? We thought they were the best assets, and they still probably are, but this week it really didn't go well. Liverpool were not good against Manchester United. It was a bit of an upset, but they've got nice fixtures coming up, and they're bound to bounce back with how good that team is. So, yeah, it's a shame with Trent. He got booked, didn't look good all game, really. Struggled up against the pace of Anthony Elanga. But, look, at the end of the day, Trent is a season keeper. We know how good he can be in FPL, so we just stay patient with him. But the 0 points is a bit of a frustrating one, especially with that yellow card thrown in. Then looking ahead to our next defender then, Reece James. He was my transfer in this game week. As I say in my preview, it was Reed and Reece James in for Neto and Kyle Walker. The reason I brought in Reed was to get in Reece James, so I had Reed first, on my bench, and James starting, so that way I could have a Fab 4, or so I thought, of Alexander-Arnold, James, Cancelo and Robertson. They're the 4 you really want, so it was nice to get that in my team. But Reece James, I mean, what are the chances? He gets 7 points back-to-back, and I'm like, oh, this guy's got to come in. And pretty much everyone brought in Reece James if they didn't own him already ahead of Game Week 3. And you fancied it. Leeds away, looked good. As good as Leeds did do well to start the season, Chelsea just looked a much more likely team to win on the day. But Leeds were so much the better team. Chelsea were a defensive nightmare at the back. And Mendy, I blame him for most of that game because what was he thinking for that first goal from Aronson? So Reece James, still very good asset to own, and he's going to be explosive. Even if he's playing at right centre back, he can get forward and get into that right wing back spot, during the game. He seems too much of a high upside player for me to not own. I'm very wary of my battery, so I'm going to have to speed through this now. Joao Cancelo, 0 points, a bit of a shame. He also got booked against Newcastle. You don't like to see it, you really don't. It was just one of those things. You looked like it was a good attacking fixture. He didn't get any attacking returns. City were a bit off on the day. Robertson, he was my differential, and he didn't come through, unfortunately, against Manchester United. But, at the same time, Diaz didn't either, so I'm not too disheartened. However, Robertson is getting frustrating with Tsimikas being subbed on at the minute. I hope that Robertson starts against Bournemouth, but let's find out. Looking at that midfield then, Mohamed Salah, captaincy. We didn't doubt him against Manchester United, got the goal, and it was a good goal at that. So nice bonus point there. 16-point haul, 3 captaincy returns out of 3 to start the season. Martinelli, 6-pointer. Again, he keeps getting involved. Not quite as explosive as we were used to, but still will take the assist. Very nice stuff for Martinelli. And then looking across, Kulusevski. Look, we thought it might be a good shout against Wolves, but look, ultimately, Spurs weren't great at all. Wolves were better in the first half, and it's only Harry Kane who, look, fair enough, back-to-back goals, but we prefer Haaland. So, at the end of the day, Kulusevski's one. I'm going to probably wait this week. He's got a nice fixture against Forest, but we're not going to be too disheartened. He actually played really well, Kulusevski. Got a couple of chances in, crosses in, that both hit the woodwork. One from Son, one from Kane. So, on another day, that's a nice haul and a couple of assists there. So, it's good to see Kulusevski getting involved. And then Erling Haaland, look, it's what he does. He scores again, but ultimately glad I didn't captain him because I was very tempted. So yeah, just the 6 points. He's ticking along nicely. 3 goals and an assist in the first 3. And then Jesus, 4 points. Glad we didn't captain him because he was unlucky against Bournemouth to get a goal ruled out, but ultimately still looked threatening. Got the assist for that goal. Fantastic run from Gabriel Jesus. So yeah, look, at the end of the day, I'm very happy with that game week. Very, very happy indeed. However, it's not happy enough to be a green arrow. It was a very tough week for many people. The average 48, very, very low. But 46 is a solid game week considering the general feel of this game week. It was a bit of a nightmare for most people. Andres Pereira on the bench is a frustrating one, but I was always going to play Nico Williams against that leaky and pretty striker bare Everton team, so I don't regret that decision. Obviously the outcome is unfortunate, but it's not often he's going to get assists and stuff, but maybe against Arsenal he could be decent. Reed obviously was my bench fodder, so I don't care about him, and Archer didn't play in the end. So that was my game week number 3, and let's just zoom out from this so we can just show you the bigger picture. And yeah, basically very happy from that. It could have been a lot worse. Ultimately it wasn't ideal though. So we finish on 46, and looking at our overall rank, how that's affected it, we've gone down by 287,118 now, and a decent overall points of 196. So yeah, take that. Squad value looking nice ahead of game week 4, and that is my game week 4 review done for this video. I hope you have enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Put down in the comment section below how many points did you get. Was it a game week rank for you of that 5 million? For me, it was a tough game week for many. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.